Crafters, we hope all of you are having a great day. I would like to welcome all of you in this video where I'll be discussing about the gameplay of Innocent Until Proven Guilty. It is a game we have created and released in February of 2021, and thus far we have gotten an amazing response from all of you. It has been a great feeling for us to know that you have loved this game. In this video, we will be going through the story of the game, the rules, and we will also be answering the commonly asked questions we have gotten from you about the game. For a start, let us have a look at the components of the game. Well, this is the box that will contain all the gaming components. Let's open it. So as you can see, we have the roll cards, the character cards, the dice chart, the manual, the 2 dices, and the health coins. The manual is handy as it contains all the instructions as to how to play the game. It also contains the story of the game as well. Well, as far as the story is concerned, the plot is there has been a burglary in the town of Gulmundi, a town that we have created inspired from Gulshan and Dhanmondi. Here the crime has been committed by a burglar or burglars who are specialized in the art of disguise, so they can appear like any other citizen of Gulmundi. Now, the police chief has gathered all the suspects from the scene of crime, and it is up to him now to determine who is innocent and who is guilty. That is basically the game. Since the gathered suspects are supposedly the citizens of Gulmundi, they have their assigned characters. We have 5 characters for the 5 suspects in the game. We will go through all of them in a while. Let us talk about the role of each player first. Now, the police is the one in charge of the investigation, who needs to identify who is the burglar among the suspects. On the other hand, the role of the burglar or burglars is to stick to their character and make sure to act like they're innocent. The civilians, on the other hand, will assist the police to help find out who are the burglars. Now, how will each players get their respective roles and characters? Let's have a look at that. To begin with, let's check the manual, where you will see how many players can play Innocent Until Proven Guilty. Basically, this has been one of the commonly asked questions, that how many players can play this game, the answer to which is on the manual. Well, 4, 5 or 6 players can play the game. Be it 4, 5 or 6 players game, there will always be one police. However, for 4 players game, there will be 2 civilians and 1 burglar. For a 5 players game, there will be 2 civilians and 2 burglars. And for 6 players game, there will be 3 civilians and 2 burglars. For the sake of demonstration of the game, let's have a look at how a 6-player game would be like. As we know, for 6 players, we will have the police, 2 burglars and 3 civilians. As far as the character cards are concerned, all the 5 character cards are to be used. Notice how there are 5 character cards for a game of 6 players. That's because the police doesn't have any assigned character. The rest of the players, the suspects that is, will get the characters. If the game was chosen for 5 players, then we will be choosing any 4 of the character cards. And for a 4-player game, we will be choosing any 3 of the character cards. Now, let me show you how to play the game. At first, we will be shuffling the roll cards and randomly distribute them among the players. Now, once the roll cards are distributed, each of the players will see their role in secrecy and not tell others. They will not be revealing their role to the other players, except for the police, who will declare his role to the other players and announce that the player is in charge of this investigation. After that, the police will be shuffling and distributing the character cards among the other players. Keep in mind that the police won't be getting any character cards, the rest of the players will be getting it. Well, once the other players got their character cards, each of the players will expose their character card and place the character card in front of them and announce their character one by one. Let us have a look at the characters now. Here's the mute monk, a character who doesn't speak. So throughout the game, the player will not speak at all. And in case he or she does, it will seem like the player is breaking out of character. So it might seem like the player is a burglar in disguise of the character, which will obviously serve to his or her disadvantage. Next, we have Joe the Whisperer, who does not talk loud. He only whispers. If he is witnessed being loud at any point of the game, it only poses him as a potential culprit. Next, we have the Moody Professor. He never laughs or smiles. He's a very serious character. On the other hand, we have Jolly Lucy, who is a very jolly character who smiles all the time. The player must smile, be happy, and be positive all the time. Alright, next we have Tim the Bunny, who has got an extruded teeth. Well, once all the players have announced their characters, the police officer will declare the start of the investigation. From that point onwards till the end of the game for the players, every one of them needs to stick to their character. For not sticking to it, will only be posing them as a burglar. Next, the police officer will be distributing equal amount of health coins to all the players, including himself. Now, how many coins do you need to play the game? Well, we will be providing 60 health coins with the game. Each player should have 5 to 10 health coins, depending on how long you want the game to go through. For a longer game, players can go for 10 health coins each, while for a more rapid fire round, players can go for 5 health coins each. These health coins are everything, because if you run out of the health coins, you're dead. You're disqualified, you need to expose your roll card to the other players and walk out of the game. Now, how will you gain or lose a health coin? Let's check out the dice chart. Every player will be getting the chance to roll the 2 dices together and see what that represents on the dice chart. If you roll 2 once, you will gain a health coin. Now keep in mind that you cannot have more coins than the number of coins you have started the game with. Meaning, if you have started with 5 coins, you cannot have more than 5 points at any point of the game. Or say if you had started with 10 coins per player, then you cannot have more than 10 coins. Alright? So next, if you roll a 3, a total of 3 that is, through a 2 and 1, the one next to you will lose a health coin. Now this is where it gets tricky, because it's up to you whom on the either side of you will be losing a health coin. The players need to convince you that they're innocent while sticking to their designated character. It is up to you who loses a health coin, but do make sure you do so that works on your advantage. If you are a civilian, then you will most definitely try and make a potential burglar lose a health coin and protect a potential civilian. While on the other hand, if you are a burglar, then you will try to make a civilian lose a health coin while try and protect a potential burglar. The more health coin a player loses, the more he or she inches towards disqualification. Now, if you roll a double 2, the one next to you will be losing 2 health coins, which is even worse for the players next to you. You need to be extremely thorough while you're responsible for making someone lose health coins, since penalizing someone who seems innocent might make people suspect you as a potential burglar. Now, if you roll a total of 4, that is by a 3 and 1, then it's a pass, nothing to gain or lose. Now, if you roll a total of 5 by 4 and 1 or 2 and 3, then the one second to next to you loses a health coin, meaning either of these 2 players will be losing a health coin. It is up to you as to who loses the coin. If you roll a double 3, this is very interesting. If you roll a double 3, then you can request to the officer for a suspicious behavior. So you can raise your hand and claim a player of being a potential burglar. Once the claim is raised, the police is bound to take a vote from all the players to see if they feel the player is innocent or guilty. The police, as well as the one accused, will vote too. If the majority of the players believe that the one accused is guilty, then the player will lose a health coin. Now, if you roll a total of 6, the one next to you loses a health coin. On the other hand, if you roll a total of 7, the one second to next to you will lose a health coin. If you roll a double 4, it will have the same effect as double 3, where you can claim someone to be the burglar and cast a vote. If you roll a total of 8 through a 5 and 3 or a 6 and 2, then it is a pass again. If you get a total of 9, then you will lose a health coin, so you better not roll a total of 9 then. Now, if you roll a double 5, everyone else loses a health coin. Everyone else except for you. For a total of 10 through a 6 and 4, one next to you will gain a health coin. Well, in this case, you have to be careful as to whom you want to gain health coins. If you are the police or civilian, you will look out to help the innocent ones, while if you are the burglar, either try to help the other burglar or try and use this move to your advantage to show that you are actually innocent. Now, if you roll a total of 11, the dice rolling sequence will be reversed. So if it was going clockwise, then dice rolling sequence will go counterclockwise now. And last but not the least, if you roll a double 6, then you are in luck as you gain 2 health coins. Again, keep in mind that you cannot have more coins than the number of coins you have started the game with. Well, one of the commonly asked questions we have had from crafters is that how the burglar can remove coin from the police or civilians without making it look too obvious. Well, it is easy to remove coins from civilians, as nobody knows for sure as to who is innocent or who is guilty. So you can always make civilians lose coins, but it can be very hard to make the police lose coins. The advice would be to only take coins from police when you can show that the civilian on the other hand is in a great danger of being eliminated. Do not always take coins off from the police, as that makes it too obvious. Also, if you're a burglar, you must keep an eye out for who is the other burglar. If both the burglars are in sync, then they can definitely defeat the civilians as well as the police officer. The burglars must team up and pretend to be innocent in order to try and eliminate all the civilians from the game. Once that is done, eliminating the police officer becomes very easy. It is important to note that even at some point, if the players get to know that you are the burglar, you are still not losing the game. You will only lose the game when all your health coins are over. For example, you are the burglar and you have almost a full quota of coins, and the police on the other hand has only 1 or 2 coins left. Then you can definitely start counterattacking the police so that he loses all the health coins as soon as possible. It will definitely expose you, but it will also lead to the potential disqualification of the police, which means the burglars have won. Another interesting question as to when is the game over? Well, there are 2 scenarios for the end of the game. Scenario 1, when the police loses all the health coins, in case of which the burglars have won. Even if there's only 1 burglar left in the game, while the other one has been disqualified, still, the burglars win. Scenario 2, if all the burglars are disqualified, then the police and the civilians have won. Even if all the civilians are disqualified, the police can still take on the burglars and try and defeat them. If the police wins, so do the innocent civilians. Another interesting question we have been asked is that, for example, if the player to the left of you has been disqualified and you end up rolling a total of 3, which means that the one next to you will lose a coin. Then the one on the right side of you has to lose a coin. You do not have a choice. So that's about it for the gameplay of Innocent Until Proven Guilty. Thus far, we have gotten an amazing response from all of you. We are honored to have entertained our crafters, and we cannot wait to entertain more crafters in the future. Do not forget to keep an eye on Kraftz on Facebook and Instagram, where we are set to release our brand new game, Make Me Tea, very soon. And like always, keep an eye on our YouTube channel, Kraos Bangladesh, where we release our board game reviews, host product reveals, and many more. Thank you, crafters. Take care.